pressure at the last minute.
It is. You gotta wait till the very end.
You don't want to start too early because then people might make a mistake and just
I'm watching somebody put new curtains up.
don't worry, you're on the screen. Your thing's on.
Testing.
get started. You want to turn your microphones on? Barbara, your microphone. Good afternoon. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided and advertised. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Carol, would you take roll, please?
Sure. That's good. Whoa. Jay is excused. George A.,
Here.
Carol Sick,
Here.
Barb,
Here.
George W.,
Here.
Jim,
Here.
Frank,
Here.
Joelle, and Tracy are excused.
I'm also here.
Shane's here, too.
Oh, Shane, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's all right.
I'll mark
All
you
right.
as present.
We've received the minutes of the meeting, and we have them in our packets. By now, I'm sure everyone has taken a look at those. Are there any changes or corrections that need to be made? If not, I will ask for a motion to accept the minutes from the meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Carol?
Yep.
Someone want to second that?
Second.
Awesome.
Who is that? Jim.
Okay. Do we need a roll call vote for that? Better do a roll call vote.
Sure. George A.,
Yes.
Carol,
Oh,
Dick?
yes. I'm sorry.
Barb,
We're approving the minutes.
Oh, okay. Yes, I approve. Yes.
George W.,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
All right, we have a few guests in the audience. I think we'll begin with Mr. Fink. Once again. Yes. Do you have anything new to add to the,
I was told that the first item on the agenda was going to be, I guess, I thought that at the last meeting it was voted upon and agreed upon that the trees were dead and that all you would need was an email from the arborist, which has been sent, and that we would be receiving a response to acknowledge it and so that we could proceed with cutting down the dead trees.
we have not put that up for a vote, so we will do that right now.
Okay.
Since the trees are dead, I will make a motion that we allow the trees to be removed without replacement.
This is for 1309.
Yes. 1309 Maryland, correct?
Well, it's actually, the trees are on the property of 1308
Eight.
Idaho.
Yeah, make sure that's on the record, I think.
Yeah. All right, I made a motion. A second on that?
Second.
Jim?
Who did that?
Jim
Jim,
seconded.
okay,
Here we go.
here we go. George A.,
Yes.
Carol Sick,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes, we approved that?
To approve that?
We're approving it this time.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we approved that.
what was,
Yeah, I approve.
okay. George W.,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
trees go.
Thank you.
All right, hey, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Do we have to call him because of the applicants now, right?
Have a great day.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
My name is David King, and I'm here with some of our neighbors to talk about Parkwood Park. We were just told, we were previously told it was on the agenda, we should be here. Paul just mentioned to me it is not on the agenda. We would like an opportunity to address this group at some point in the meeting.
Okay. Sure. City Manager Dietrich, do you have anything to report?
Thank you. I talked to you regarding, there was a request about to trim 2 trees at the corner of Trenton and New York Avenue at 108 Trenton. We looked at them. The tree maintenance person that was looking at them had concerns over I'll say, the general health of the tree, and wanted the
Right.
Trade Tree Commission to take a look at them. I know that both you and George Werner both looked at them, and
Yes.
I just was wondering.
And I did send an email.
Yep.
In the findings, in my observations. Go ahead.
I didn't know what, I guess, did we want to move that, findings for the next meeting, so everybody could take a relook
Well,
at it? I mean,
they'll have to take a look at it because they are street trees, but I do want to clarify that the one tree is a large silver linden, it's not a...
Right, yeah,
The
I
other
was
one
going,
is the locust.
Yep.
It's at that address, what is it, 13?
so it's 108 Trenton,
108 Trenton, but
is-
directly on the New York,
yeah, the 108 Trenton is the front of the house, but the trees are actually on the New York Avenue side.
right.
But,
They're both street trees, and from what I observed, they're both in a state of decline, but I think since they are street trees, we all need to weigh in that before the next meeting. Everyone take a look at it, so that it goes before the whole commission. Anything further?
Is that the east side or west side of the street?
that would be on the south side,
Ocean side?
on the New York, on the beach side, the beach side,
Yeah.
Thank you.
on New York.
I used to park my car right underneath those trees.
Still can. And any other items to bring up?
No, that's all I had.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
I don't see Bill Miller here from Code Enforcement, so I guess we'll just move on from that. In old business, we already have spoken with Mr. Fink. The application for 1155 Washington Street. At the last meeting, I mentioned about, since it is a street tree, for all the commissioners to please take a look at that tree. It's a silver maple that's been severely pruned in the past. It does have some structural issues, but it does not appear to be in imminent danger, in my opinion, of falling or anything like that. But I would like to, I welcome comments from the other commissioners who took a look at that tree.
Well, I looked at the tree, and I agree with you, George. I also think that the ivy should be removed off the tree, and then we get a better look, and maybe the tree has a better chance of surviving.
Okay,
I wouldn't take it down.
okay. Anyone else want to weigh in on that particular tree?
I agree with Carol,
Okay,
the ivy and the tree.
okay.
Well, there should be
We need a motion on keeping that tree?
I mean, it is on the agenda.
Yeah.
You have to make a decision.
Yeah. At this point, I think we're going to let the tree remain and take care of the ivy, and we'll revisit at a future date. And I will put that in the form of a motion that the tree remains. Do I have a second?
Second.
Carol, would you call roll?
Yes. George?
Yes.
Carol Sick?
Yes,
What was that?
yes,
Okay. Barb?
Yes,
George W.?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Okay. Tree stays.
Okay. Thank you. There are no street tree removals other than that. The tree removal permit applications. I guess we should discuss each one individually. I'll begin because 227 Perry Street is in my district. I took a look at these trees. The trees that are in question are a Paulownia and a Norway maple. The Norway maple is actually growing into the existing structure. The branches are actually growing into the side of the building. And the Paulownia is considered a weed tree to begin with, and that is right up against the existing structure that's going to be renovated. The roots are obviously underneath that building. So the applicant is asking that they have permission to remove both those trees, and I concur with that application. So that's that one. So I'll make a motion that 227 Perry Street has the permission to take down the Paulownia and the Norway maple that are growing into the existing little garage that's on the property.
George, do we want to do all at the same time? Are
I
we
think we
gonna-
better discuss each one separately.
How do you want to do it?
Yeah, we'll do each one individually.
one?
I
Okay.
think so. There's not that many, so.
Okay.
Do I have a second on that motion?
Second.
Jim?
call the roll. George A.,
Yes.
Carol Sick,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes.
George W.,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Tree goes.
Two.
Two
Two
trees
trees.
go.
Okay. 825 to 827 Washington Street. Barbara, that's your district.
Yes, and
so-
I wrote to say that the situation was is that the landscaper and the people looking at the trees said that it was in poor condition, but there was no explanation as to what the poor condition was. And therefore, I wrote and said that I would like everybody to take a look and see what they thought, because
Yes.
it seems to be a healthy tree. And all the other trees that they're doing are just kind of trimming and so forth.
Well, I have photos of that
So,
tree, that
I was
particular,
waiting for everybody else to give their take on that.
yes.
I live at 822 Washington Street.
Identify, please.
I have submitted an application.
The gentleman could identify himself to us.
I'm confused there. I don't see that on the agenda.
No, I haven't,
But when I saw 825 to 827, I assumed that that was my property, because I'm at 822, and
but 822 is on the opposite side of the street. You're on the, you're across the street from this property.
I understand that, but I still, that's where I live, and the trees that I'm talking about are on my property, on my next door neighbor's property. That's the Mulak property, that's the Mulak family property, and the trees have been dead for a couple of years. And I've already had Matthew
Yeah, let me,
come and look at them and mark them. But I also, and the only reason why I'm here is because I've already been to code enforcement, and Mr. Miller came down about a month ago.
Sir, so you can say all of this at the time, but we're working through the agenda right now.
Okay.
Please share it with us, but we have to have you on record and it has to be recorded.
yeah,
Sorry about that.
I'm just
Thank
saying, the trees are getting ready to come down. I've already picked up 120-footer on my property, and I can't wait any longer to have something done with these trees.
well, we'll come back to you in a few minutes. But I'm going to continue with the 825, 827 that we're speaking about. So I have that application here for removal. I took a look at that tree myself. It is a large poplar tree at the rear of the garden. There's several trees in that backyard. The hackberry was also mentioned, but that, I believe, is just going to be trimmed. But that tree that we're talking about there is in very poor condition. There's very little leaves on the tree itself. And it's covered with vines. I don't think the vines are the cause of the decline in this particular situation, but the tree is in very poor condition, and I don't have a problem if they want to take that down. So,
You had pictures?
I do have the pictures somewhere, I just had them. Anyway, we'll take a look at the pictures first. No, that's this. You can see there's no leaves, it's just vines. Would you like to take a look at these photos?
Yes, please.
Okay, this is the tree.
Yeah.
Thank you. What month is that, though? It is. It was submitted in August.
Okay.
Go.
Pass that down. Thank you. So in light of the photos and the findings of two commissioners, I would like to make a motion that we give permission for that large poplar tree at the rear of 825, 827 Washington Street to be removed.
I'll second it,
Carol, a second. Would you roll call, please?
sure. George,
Yes.
Carol Sick,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes,
George,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Okay. Tree goes.
209 Congress Place is a tree that's between two homes at Congress Place. This tree was brought up several years ago with the owner looking for removal of the tree. It was denied at that time. The tree is not leaning at any significant degree at this point, and I see no reason for that tree to be taken down at this point. It doesn't seem to pose a threat, an imminent threat to either property because it's not leaning in a significant, doesn't have a significant angle of lean to it. So I'm going to, I think the tree should remain.
I also took a look at the tree, and the tree is defined by the state, which uses the phrase imminent. There's nothing imminent about that.
Right. Okay, in light of that, though, I do have to put it in the form of a motion, and I will make a motion that the tree at 209 Congress Place be removed. Do I have a second?
Yep, second.
So a yes vote means it would be removed, a no vote means it would stay.
Yes.
All right, would you do roll call, please, Carol?
Sure. George A.,
No.
Carol Sick,
No.
Barb,
yes.
George W.,
No.
Jim.
No.
Tree stays.
Next is 303 South Broadway. The applicant wants to remove a Bradford pear that's very close to the house in the backyard. Bradford pears are now considered to be a weed tree to begin with because they're more of a nuisance than anything, and most municipalities are taking them down, even some that are quite healthy. This particular tree is not, it's really not leaning, but it does have a lot of dieback, and it's close to the house. And since it is that species of tree, I don't have a problem with that tree being removed. I would recommend to the homeowner, and I will put that in the form of an email, that the other large Bradford pear in the backyard is leaning significantly, and I would have a crown reduction done on that tree. So I will make a motion to remove the Bradford pear that's closest to the rear of the house at 303 South Broadway.
I'll second it.
Okay. Call roll, please.
Are we still talking about 209 Congress?
Excuse me? No. This is on 303 Broadway.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
pear tree
Oh,
right behind the
Oh,
house.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, George A.,
Yes,
So what was the motion you just made on that?
that they can cut the tree down. It's a
Okay.
Bradford pear.
I was
and
very
it's-
concerned
and
about
it's-
that.
And it's declining. Okay.
Carol Sick,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes,
George W.,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Tree goes.
Okay, 1513 New Jersey Avenue. Jim, would you like to give a report on that?
Yeah, please, thank you. I was over at 1513 New Jersey Avenue. It's the Surrey Condominium Association. It's a bike path of mine, and I've noticed that there have been remnants of seasons past of old canopy. This tree has been dead for years, seasons upon seasons. Expediently, I'm just going to, I recommend that the tree be removed, pending all fees.
I also took a look at that tree. It's completely dead. It's a mimosa tree, which is another tree that is kind of considered to be a weed tree. But this one is dead, and I think it should go too. And there's photos of it there. I can show you. We can get them back down that end of the table. Okay. No. Carol, would you like to? And George.
Thank you.
Confirmed. You've seen it.
All right, I will make a motion that the dead mimosa at Surrey Condominiums, 1513 New Jersey Avenue, be removed.
Second it.
Jim seconded.
Okay, Jim. George A.,
Yes.
Carol Sick,
Yes.
yes.
Barb, George W.
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Okay. tree goes.
All right, next up is the subcommittee report.
Subcommittee met. Really nothing substantial from our last session. I think we'll have several items to discuss next month.
Right, there's some things in the works. Okay, thank you. New business.
I have just something I want to bring up. I'm not sure if this is new business or old business, but last month, we spoke about only putting in tree trim requests if property owners
Request
request it. And I was just wondering if possibly when we do the budget next year, we could put extra funds in there for tree trimming, because it really does make a big difference on how the tree looks. There are about 4 or 5 trees in my district that were trimmed last year that I requested, and they look so much better now that they've been trimmed. They kind of fill out. They don't have all these dead.
Right.
So I think it's just as important to look at trimming trees as it is to whether we remove them or don't remove them.
Well, I understand, yes, and I do agree with that to a point. We just have budgetary constraints.
Well, that's
it.
why I say, let's increase the budget.
Well, I'm not the one to
Paul?
talk to about that.
Well done, well done.
Hey, we did good last time. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you,
We'll
Carol.
work on that. But, you know, on your comment, I think as a commissioner, your comments weigh heavily, and I think if you want to make a recommendation, I think that's acceptable from anybody on this body.
Sure, I'll recommend. How do I do that?
Form of a motion right now?
Or discuss it and put it on the agenda for next month.
Okay,
So make sure everybody looks at these trees and get their opinion.
okay.
So what are we talking about so far? Do you know yet?
Well, I don't have the addresses right now,
Just
but
put it on the email, put it on the agenda.
I'll send out an email with the addresses.
Okay, thank you. All right, council report.
I don't have anything new right now.
Okay. Public Works?
Nothing new.
All right, public,
Excuse me,
yes.
George, under new business, I was going to bring up for a resident at 1041 New York Avenue, 2 crepe myrtles.
Yes,
Please, thank you very much.
okay, go ahead.
I visited with the homeowner, and I was concerned about his concerns. I hope that crepe myrtles are not on the new list for trees to be included into our selection of trees, because it appears that you can only prune these trees between late February and early March.
That's when it's ideal, yes.
And that's really difficult for our certified municipal arborists to go out and do that.
Well, the thing of it is that these trees weren't even trimmed by Art.
That's true. Then I'm going to go
Okay.
backwards a little bit. What had happened was ACE had made a pruning effort as the base trunk of the tree was hitting our power service. And I explained to the homeowner, there's no way we can get in the way of that, because they are their components, 1, and number 2, interrupted service is not a good thing. However, he wants to see if he can bring these trees around, and he'd do it on his own dime. I would like to make a motion that we allow him to do that on his own dime, though it is the street tree. I know I'm breaking stride here.
I don't know that we have that ability to allow that.
I don't think we can.
And I think that then it comes down into a question of who's going to be doing the work, who's the arborist that he's going to hire, who's the,
Absolutely.
and they are a public entity. I mean,
Now, mind you, when I made that motion, I'm not looking for, I was just saying that I was going to make that motion for him, knowing that there might be some type of.
Yeah. We can look into that, but I don't think that's something that we can actually authorize.
Okay.
I don't think we can
No.
even set a precedent.
No.
I'll
Then somebody wants to go out, yeah, somebody wants to go out. and take-
I'll speak to the homeowner
Okay.
after this meeting and just advise.
What was
Yeah.
the address, Jim?
1041 New York Avenue.
Gotcha.
Do you want to bring up anything about that tree we talked about today?
No.
There's nothing to discuss with that. Connie, I don't have have anything on 822.
I received his application after the agenda.
Okay. All right, well, it's time for,
Georgia,
Carol, did you have something you wanted to say?
This is complete sidebar. Doesn't really have a whole lot to do with total discussion. My older son lives in McLean, Virginia, and he lives in a development of probably about 60 years old. And recently there was a storm, wind and rain, took down, I guess, split a tree in his yard, and he has to remove it. And the neighbor next door said to him, also a huge oak tree in his yard, next to my son's yard, and he said, I'm going to take this tree down because I'm afraid it's going to fall on my house in another storm. And my son is upset about this because, you know, it's beauty and another tree. And his wife, the wife of the man next door, doesn't want him to take it down. Some of the other neighbors don't want him to take it down. But my son said to me, we don't have a shade tree commission.
It's true.
And I wish we did.
Yeah.
So I'm just bringing this up because we have the ability to prevent these kinds of things. And I don't think we should lose sight of our mission. We're here for the trees.
Exactly, I agree.
It just made me think, oh, you know,
good comment.
Yeah,
just a comment.
it is. Thank you very much, and I agree. All right, I guess it's time for the public comments. Sir, from 822 Washington, would you like to,
Should come up.
yeah, you'll have to come, if you want to speak, you'll have to come up and state your name and address, please.
If you want.
What's that? Yeah.
We're going to keep public comment to 5 minutes, if that's okay.
Okay, thank you. It's Larry Height, 822 Washington Street. And the trees that I'm talking about are, actually, it's only one tree, but it looks like two, one stump. I've been trying to get in contact with my neighbor for 2 years about the trees. I know they've been dead. Didn't make too much of an issue, but I've tried to get hold of him 5 times. I wrote him a personal letter explaining to him that I would be willing to take the trees down. He didn't have to be involved at all, just give me permission to have the tree service come and remove the trees, and I would pay for it. He does not get back to me. I don't know why.
So my question, sir, are the trees on your property or on your neighbor's
They're
property?
on the line, they're on the property
line.
line. So it requires both of us, I
Right.
assume.
Yes.
And I don't know why the gentleman, I've been to the Chalfont 3 different times, made one phone call. I left letters or notes. The lady at the Chalfont always puts it in his inbox, she says. I made one personal phone call. I talked to a lady down there. She said, okay, and told her the problem. She says, okay, I'll see that he gets the message. I never hear anything.
And you mailed them
I went to code enforcement. He was there over a month ago, took pictures. I called code enforcement 2 times, went to the office here another time and explained to her. She went back to see if anybody was there. I can't get in touch with him. He doesn't get back to me. So I called Michael Notch and asked him to come look at the trees because he has done some pruning for us before. And he looked over the trees. He says, yes, the trees are definitely dead, and I know that. One large limb right now, if it falls, if it comes down, it's going to either hit my automobiles and it will hit part of the house. The reason why I'm so concerned about it is I've already picked up one 20-foot limb about 2 to 2.5 inches in diameter on my property that just missed my car by a foot. And I just cut that up and threw it out. Continuing trying to get hold of Mr. Mullock. I don't know why they don't. So whenever I talked to Michael, he told me to go ahead and submit an application. He said he will try to talk to the mayor about it, because that's his brother. And he only lives, I mean, he can see my house from his property.
Right.
So I don't understand what's going on but it's become a serious problem. My wife and I are always out cleaning our property, have pavers, and we're out there, it's like a kitchen floor to her, and we're always out there cleaning, especially this time of year, and I see a limb coming down on somebody or something. It's beginning to be, and not only that, but a peckerwood has been working on one of the trees for about 2 or 3 years because I get buckets full of sawdust that's on my fence, so the trees need to come down right away. It's not like I haven't been trying to do something about the trees 2 years ago.
Right.
But I can't get any cooperation from my neighbor.
Okay.
Is that 820 Washington?
822.
822 Washington, and they're 826 Washington.
826, okay. Your neighbor's 826.
Right, well, it's a rental property. They rent that property out. But one of the tenants died about 2 or 3 years ago. Marie Stone was her name. She lived in a property in the back. They gutted the properties. The doors are always wide open. The house is beginning to rot down. It's like they're not really paying any attention to the property, which is all right. I mean, they had a fella coming in 2 or 3 times a year. I think his name was Walker, doing the yard work and stuff, but we haven't had anybody come and do anything on that property now for, I can't remember how long, at least 1.5 years.
Okay.
And so I don't know why they don't seem to want to get back to us, but
Well, sir, at this point,
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
I just received this today. This is in my district.
Oh, it's your district? Okay, I thought it was Barbara's.
It was just in my packet.
Oh, okay.
May I make a suggestion that I'll reach out to the homeowner at 826?
right.
And see if we can get some movement there.
Yeah, my property is fenced, by the way, and of course, legally, I think the fence has to be inside on my line a little bit. But if they have to replace any trees, they can't, I don't think, do it where the tree that's there is coming out.
We'll be out there this week.
Yeah, and the new trees would have to be planted on his property, not my property. So anyway, that's sort of a dilemma,
Right.
and, but it's beginning to get serious.
We'll take care of it.
Well, thank you. And you've gone through the proper steps. We have the application, and you came
Okay.
and you presented your case, so we will take a look at those trees,
Okay, well, I appreciate it.
and we'll try to get moving on this as soon as we can.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming in.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
My name is David King, and we live at 2 Harbor Cove. And thank you for hearing me, and more importantly, thank you for all the work you do. It's just, I'm in awe of your dedication to preserving the trees in our community. And there is unfortunately a major issue going on at Harbor Cove Park, and we had been told it was coming to come before the committee, all the neighbors there. And that's why we're here. But it is extremely important for this committee to pay attention to what's going on there. Harborview Park presently is in pretty much a state of disrepair, and the city has a grant to do some work on it. We have been working with the city's engineer. I tried to reach him until back in the fall. And to make a long story short, we're getting the runaround, plain and simple. Nobody is paying attention to us, and a final plan was just dropped on us yesterday. My neighbor, Dee Lancelotti, said that she received it, was told it was final, told that we could have no input on it, and it was candidly pretty rude and insulting to her and to me, the way we've been treated on this. The more important thing is that it was our understanding from meeting with the mayor and city council on August 19th that the engineers designing that park were to meet with us and were to get the neighbors' input into that plan. We had that meeting at the park on August 27th. Deputy Mayor Maureen McDade was there as well, and it was the clear message from Deputy Mayor Maureen McDade, the clear message from the engineer working on this, Vince Orlando, that we would be given a new plan would be prepared, and we'd be given an opportunity to comment upon it. I drove in this weekend to be here to meet with Vince on it before this committee, and he's just been totally avoiding us. The real issues here are the actions in going forward with this plan are totally inconsistent with what the mayor and city council told us. I believe that's completely inconsistent with the meaning of the open meetings laws as to how this has been taking place. I don't know what's going on. It's Vince Orlando and some other people designing these things without really getting our input. And while this is funded by a county grant, which is to all of our advantage, I believe that there are also requirements in that county grant system. I don't know this, I'm not an expert, to ensure that there's public support behind the grant. Most importantly, in this plan that was just dropped on us, there are 25 trees being taken down.
Pardon me, sir?
25 trees being taken down. Now, a couple of them should be taken down. A couple of them, there are Zumacs and trees like that that should be taken down. But there's no rationale whatsoever for taking down most of them. We're not dealing with an issue where we have a front yard setback or a rear yard setback or anything like that. The trees are all being taken down to permit basically the park to be bulldozed without any consideration of whether or not that should be done. They're proposing to replant on a 2-to-1 basis, 50 trees. And there's a schedule that were just dumped on us of those trees. And even that schedule gives me some concern. For example, on that schedule, there's a silver birch tree and gray birch tree. And it shows on the schedule that it's 25 feet high at its mature size. Well, I happen to know the trees grow much higher than that. Indeed, I looked it up. They're usually 40 and can be up to 50 feet. And when I called Vince Orlando's firm and asked about this, I was told, oh, yes, we know that, but the city's also going to put into place a process for continuing to maintain those trees at that height. I'm not aware of that. Nobody's told us, and it certainly has not been in the materials here. So my bottom line is, I don't know what your authority is on this. I'm candidly pretty annoyed that I drove here to show up at a meeting where I thought this was going to be approved, where I was told that it was going to be approved, where I was told that we would have input into it, and we've just been blown away without that, pretty rudely. So it's a little bit annoying, but I do think it's certainly within the purview of this committee, and I've heard your wonderful, just awesome, incredible passion for preserving the trees in our beautiful community, to look into this and these trees that they are just ripping out. They're proposing to rip out a whole bunch of holly trees and then replant them. Holly trees. Why? I mean, this is a matter that is as important. And I also think, candidly, the rules apply to the city that apply to a developer. So you're going to get another developer in here that just says that you will say to that developer, gee, you know, this tree is really beautiful. Why can't you preserve it? And that developer is going to say to you, well, look what you did with the city. You told the city they could just bulldoze whatever they want and replant wherever they did. So this is of concern. It's a very serious concern, and I urge this committee to step into it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right. I don't know that there's anything else. Anyone else from the public here? No?
Does anybody else from the public want to speak? Oh, we have the code enforcement. Do you want to speak?
Oh, code enforcement, do you have any reports for us?
I just came in to tell you about the Washington Street one, Bill Miller.
Could you come up here and, thank you.
Yeah, I just came in to tell you, Bill Miller, he's out on the road, but the one on Washington Street, he was just saying he can't enforce the homeowner to cut down those trees. He did speak to the homeowner, but
I'm not sure which one we're talking about on Washington Street. Is it a street
the
tree?
gentleman was just here.
Oh,
Oh, 820.
oh, 822.
Yes.
Okay.
He did talk to the owner, but he said he cannot force the owner to cut down those trees. So
Right.
it's up to somebody else to convince him to cut them down.
Okay.
That's all. That's
All right.
I was coming to
Okay,
tell you.
thank you.
Yep.
All right. Oh,
5 minutes.
I'll just briefly, I'll just briefly respond regarding Harborview Park. As you know, the city's been looking at redeveloping Harborview Park for over a year. The plans have generally been on the website for a good part of that time period. The plans were presented at council, approved by council, and council did, ask the city to meet with some of the residents. The original plan, I think, had upwards of 80-some trees, 70 trees proposed in that location, and that was reviewed by Shade Tree, and we did make some plan revisions based on Shade Tree's comments to the original plan. We went out and met with the neighbors, and to be honest, when they first met with us, they said they wanted 0 trees. We said, well, 0 trees just doesn't work. So we went back and did that inventory. We inventoried and found that we had, that we knew we had to comply with Shade Tree's recommendations of a 2-to-1 replacement. So we looked at and did a comprehensive tree inventory. He is correct, or we're looking at removing 25 trees. So at a minimum, we should be planting 50 trees, which was obviously 50 more than what the residents wanted. They asked for smaller sized trees and, really trees to really protect their views from their homes, not really looking at the enhancement of the park for the city as a city park. We made some additional modifications to the plans to kind of work with that. I think that the current plan, I think, might have a little bit more than 50, but has been revised, and that was the plan that we're going to move forward based on recommendations from administration
So
and
that's a
and
final
council
plan then?
members. At this point, that's what we're looking at, finalizing that plan. I'll distribute that to the members just so that you can see, what that's been revised, but you will note that there's been a large number of shade trees have been removed. The number of total trees has been reduced. The trees that have been selected are, I'll say, selected for slower growing varieties, smaller or dwarf variety trees compared to the ones that were originally proposed that you saw for your plan. But I will distribute that plan.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I would ask while Paul is talking, if the city has formally agreed to maintain the trees, the silver birches at 25 feet high, as in the plan that was presented in the final.
I don't know anything about that at this point, and
Paul's right here, he can tell us.
We'll be maintaining the park.
That was not the point. The question is, the plan was to
George,
leave
this is
those
not
trees
appropriate.
at 25 foot high, with the architect saying,
sir, I think this is something that we're the Shade Tree Commission, and we're right now, this is not our thing. We have to wait until these plans are definitely, if they are finalized, well, this is something that doesn't pertain to us right now at this point. So this is not the place to discuss that. You'd have to I would set up a meeting, individually or whatever with whoever you want to discuss it with, but it's not our,
respectfully, when he presents a plan, it says trees at 25 feet high, where the trees grow to 40 to 50 foot. That's just fooling everybody. And if indeed there is a agreement for the city to maintain those as 25, then Paul ought to stand by it and say it's there.
I'm unaware of any agreement of that type, so I can't comment any further.
And the only time something can be formalized is at the city council table, we're going to have to formalize it, and we're going to have to look at all the aspects of it in public, you know, and that includes the maintenance plan.
Well, I would hope,
So then it would be on the record.
I would hope that you do that in an open fashion, providing residents the opportunity for input, directly the opposite of the way this is proceeding.
I think everybody, if anybody's watching this meeting, the opportunity that you have as a citizen, whether you live in that neighborhood or not, is to look on the website, check out the plan, and send your comments to city council and to the manager's office. And this includes everybody on this body. You have access to this plan. You should look at it. As a commissioner or a citizen, you have the right to make a comment.
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
And if the commission does have a unified thought that you want to formalize as a commission and send it to the city council, that's when you do it.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think that gives you,
You have to be
You'll
on
have
the
to come
record,
up
sir.
here.
And tell us your name, please.
Hi, I'm Rich Ellis. I live at 1411 Harbor Lane. And at this point, I just want to ask a process question, because it's true, I'm here because I thought this was an agenda item, and I wanted to hear what people were saying about what's going on at the park, what the actual plan is going forward. And so what I think I heard was that this isn't on the agenda. But my question is it going to be, is the new plan coming to you at some point? Or is it already revised, fits some sort of non-review criteria, and it moves forward without a discussion? Because I think that there are other neighbors who wanted to attend today who couldn't for whatever conflict, and I just don't know what to go back and say in terms of, like, is there going to be a Shade Tree Commission discussion of this? And I'll leave it at that.
well, as Commissioner Meyer just said, we'll all have to weigh in on it. You know,
Okay.
we'll take a look at the plans and whatnot, and you're welcome to do the same. And then you can voice your opinions or input via email or at the public meeting of
So is
council.
there a formal, like, will it be on the agenda sometime? Like, I know it's, we can talk to city
I
council.
doubt it's
but-
going to be on our agenda.
Okay.
I don't foresee that being on our agenda. I think it would be up to city council once the plans are
Okay, because when we had the meeting in August and we talked about what the residents wanted, and I think we were coming to an alternative plan, which I think is somewhat represented in what's the revised plan, our understanding was we'd see it again. We didn't. And then, but it was coming here today, so there was a lot of urgency among the residents, like, wait a minute, we were supposed to get another look and maybe, and so that didn't happen. But I guess, what I want to understand is if there's going to be another meeting, that people know there's going to be a meeting and they can input. Understanding that there's lots of other avenues, the council and other things, to talk about this park. But I just wanted to understand whether that's, because at the meeting, it was sort of represented to us like, well, we can't go ahead with the plan you want because the Shade Tree Commission will never go for it. But none of us understood what you do, what the requirements were, or anything else. So this was sort of a mystery meeting, so that's in part why I wanted to come, and also if we're going to talk about the trees in that park. But fundamentally, I'm still kind of a process question as to, like, I understand you have the ultimate authority on what gets cut down and what gets planted, all of that, but
Well, when it comes to the process, this is a city project.
Yeah.
So city projects kind of can go around the rules, you know.
Okay. Well,
And we are advisory, so they do hear from us about our opinions. I think a lot of our opinions stem from, maintenance, irrigation, the type of tree that's going to be next to the ocean in order to the harbor. That's our concerns mostly. We care about the trees. We care more about these trees living longer lives. In the past, with city projects like Kiwanis Park, Rotary Park, and some of the other parks, we've just been advisory to that. So we've given our opinion, but essentially it's city council to look at as a citywide project.
okay, that's fair. That's very clarifying. It's really kind of what I wanted to understand. So when I go back and talk to the neighbors, they understand, like, who they need to talk to, because otherwise you might be getting phone calls. But it sounds like the project is a city level, the city council, the mayor, those are the people you need to talk to.
Right.
If you still have an issue with what's happening here process-wise or substantively with the plan. Is that fair?
Absolutely. And I'd be happy to take your emails and
Okay, I appreciate that. I just wanted that clarification.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
All right, anything else from the audience or from the board? If not, I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's adjourned.